emergency room. My parents, God love them, took me from one hospital to another to another. This went on for months. One afternoon, I was sitting in a doctor's office, and my mother came out and said, "Hey, Rick, the doctors want to talk to you for a moment." And I said, "Great." Went in, sat down. I said, "Young man, 30 years from now, we may not have this conversation with another person in your situation, but today, we've got to have that conversation with you because we don't know how to stop the hemorrhaging that started in the back of your eye." And so the back of my eye was bleeding and scar tissue was forming. And I said, "Well, what are we going to do?" And they said, "Well, soon you're not going to be able to see." And I said, "Well, okay, well, that's bad news, but you know what? I got another eye, so no problem. I should just use one eye." And I learned something then that I had no idea, and maybe many of you don't either, is a physiological phenomenon. And that is that the eyes are sympathetic. The doctor said, "Well, we got some more bad news for you. Your other eye is starting to bleed as well. You know, one eye starts hemorrhaging, the other eye follows it in a sympathetic manner, and soon you won't be able to see at all." A disability is not a feat that is ever accomplished. Don't ever think that for a moment we, those persons with disabilities that are working, living in our communities, ever have it conquered. It's a daily proposition. I lost my sight as a teenager and learned how to shave without looking in the mirror. Every day, I have to think about shaving, not looking in the mirror, but looking through the eyes of my mind so that I don't find myself in the infirmary a few minutes later. The YLF program is all about being ready to help your buddies on the other side of that window. When people are ready to take that first step, being there to catch them. And when people don't want to take that first step, you've got to build their trust as a leader to help them be leaders as well.